When I was 17 years old in high school in Louisiana, when everyone else stood for the Pledge of Allegiance, I sat down. I didn't stand up. And the teacher told me, stand up. And I was like, no, I don't have to. Then she got louder, trying to intimidate me, like, stand up. And then I remember saying, no, I don't have to. And sat down, kept my ass in that seat. Then she told me, get out of the room. I walked out the fucking room. And that continued to happen every day to the point where, like, I was just getting kicked out of class, like, right. And this is my first hour of class. So it'd be like, I get in school, like the bell will ring to go to class. And I was like, I already know what's about to happen. So look, fuck it. But I'm going to make my impact statement because I don't give a fuck what people think about me. So every time I sat down, the kids looked at me like, oh, he's a rebel. He's a rebel and because he's thinking on his own. He's not doing what the authority and the establishment tells him to do. And I was like, yeah, I was just sitting down, like, I was standing my ground by sitting down. I was standing up for my rights by sitting down. So they send me to the principal's office and they try to suspend me for not standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. At that point, they try to interrogate me with questions like, do you like America? Are you a terrorist? Why do you hate the troops? And I'm just sitting there thinking, you're not gonna make me fall for those cheap ass logical fallacies. Are you kidding me? Then they try to get me to stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance by using sophistry and an appeal to emotions. And I'm just sitting there like, these idiots really think that that's going to work on me. I'm a logical thinker. Then I proceeded to tell them, according to the Supreme Court case, Barnett versus West Virginia State Board of Education, in a ruling of 6-3, it is unconstitutional to make anybody partake or participate in any way in the Pledge of Allegiance. But they didn't care what I had to say. They didn't care about fact. They hated me. They didn't like me because I was a mere adolescent, capable of critical thinking. They didn't want that. They wanted an obedient drone that is going to follow their every order without question. And that's not what the fuck I was, and that's not what the fuck I am now. I'll stand up for whatever I believe in, no matter what. I don't crack under pressure. And I didn't crack under pressure then. So they tried to interrogate me with all these questions, right? And they had like 5 different teachers in there, right? Teachers, principals, everything. And I would just stand in my ground. Like, they tried to break me. They tried so hard to break me. I just stood my ground. I didn't crack under pressure. We tried to, they basically avoided the point. They avoided the topic by trying to appeal to emotions and using irrational tactics. And I was like, dude, that's not the point. That's not the topic of discussion. The topic of discussion is it constitutional to force me to participate in the Pledge of Allegiance? It doesn't matter why I'm doing it or for whatever reason. It is unconstitutional to force me to participate in the Pledge of Allegiance. It doesn't matter what you think. They try to make me stand and do what they say based on their own personal beliefs. That fucking teacher that told me, stand up. And I was like, no, I'm not standing up. I told that fat fucking Mrs. Puff Bilk bitch, fuck you. I told that bitch, I'm not gonna do what you say just because you fucking say it. I'll get the fuck out of this classroom. I'll never come back to this bitch. I don't give a fuck about what you say. You're some arbitrary authority figure. I'm not gonna fucking blindly follow a fucking arbitrary fucking rule. Fuck you. It's like, then, like, when we was in the principal's office, you know, I stood my ground and I'm like, dude, I'm not standing up. I don't care what you people say. I am not standing up for that shit. You know, my personal beliefs on or philosophy on why I didn't stand up is totally irrelevant because it's not about, I could just not stand up because I didn't feel like it. My legs were hurting. I could have did it for that petty of a reason, but that it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. But I fought this. I basically had my day in court because he called up like the, you know, state, like the official, like the government. Like he literally, the principal called the government. These people were so outraged that a fucking mere a teenager would oppose them, a student, and we just oppose them and oppose their arbitrary authority. You know, a critical thinker? I don't want that. I want an obedient drone that's gonna do whatever I say and not question it. I am so outraged. They were furious. You know, getting all personal, getting all butthurt, putting their personal beliefs in this, which were irrelevant. They got butthurt. So the principal called the like official government, some shit, like fucking government official or some shit. And then, you know, it was like all the teachers were just standing around me in a circle, right? Just like surrounding me. And I'm just standing my ground like, yeah, bitch, I already know I'm right. So I don't know like what y'all motherfuckers trying to do. Like I know my rights. I'm a critical thinking, logical person. I'm an intelligent human being. I'm not like these other kids I'm not like these other people that's just gonna follow what you say. I'm gonna question everything that you tell me to do. I'm not gonna just take anything on face value. I hate authority. I hate the establishment. I don't give a fuck about arbitrary rules that mean jack fucking shit. I don't care about that. So he calls up the government official. Then he's like, yeah. See his face at this point. His face is so fucking red, like a fucking tomato. He's just fucking furious. So he hangs up the phone and he looks around. He's like, that fucking kid's right. He's right. God damn it. I was fucking right. I stood up for what I believed in and I won. They said, yeah, he's right. He doesn't have to stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance. It's gonna destroy me. I'm gonna fucking explode because a kid doesn't want to stand for this stupid ass fucking pledge of a fucking allegiance to this fucking country. Yeah, so I fucking won. I won at the end of the day. I didn't stand. They couldn't suspend me for not standing. Even though, you know, it wasn't like I didn't give a fuck if they suspended me because I hate school. I hated school, still hate that shit. I hate that fucking shit, right? And like, but it was the principle. It was about standing up for what you believe in, even if it meant sitting down. You know, I was ostracized and persecuted for my beliefs and the way I saw things and my, you know, who I am, like my whole life. Like, so I stand up for myself no matter what. I don't care, I don't crack under pressure. So, but that brings an interesting question though. A pledge of allegiance. Look how that sounds. A pledge of allegiance. You get kids from like 5 years old saying a pledge of allegiance. You force them to stand up and force them to recite this, you know, arbitrary, you know, thing that's basically asserting some kind of, agenda or some kind of belief or, down these kids' throat. They don't even know, they're not at the age of reason yet. They don't know what they're saying. They just saying it and it's being, locked into their brain. It's being, basically force fed to them. And nobody even questions this because they just think, oh, the troops and America is infallible. It's just, you don't question them. You just kneel down and bow down to their rules and suck their red, white, and blue dick. That's what you do. But fuck no. If you go to fucking North Korea or somewhere overseas and you see the fucking teachers, fucking school system forcing children to stand up and recite some fucking pledge of allegiance. You're pledging your allegiance to a fucking flag. What is the fucking flag? It's a fucking piece of fucking material. Fucking piece of cloth. It means nothing. It means fucking nothing. Just some fucking agenda. These motherfuckers are so stupid to think for themselves. They think that everything that America does is just inherently just fucking great. It's just fucking, it's automatically good. It's automatically, without question. It's to be without question. No. Like if you go overseas and see these fucking, and you would see the same thing that the America is doing to the kids in school over here, you would say that's dictatorship. You would say that's totalitarianism. Can't say the fucking word. Totalitarianism. You would say that, and you'd be like, what the fuck? That shit is fucking crazy. They're forcing these kids to recite something they don't even know or don't even agree with. Like, that's crazy. Like, but no one fucking bats an eye when it's done in the United States. No one bats an eye. Like, America, land of the free and home of the brave. Yeah, boy. I stood up by sitting down. And I fucking won. I'm out this bitch.